Let's begin what's trending with reactions trailing the ministerial screening of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's nominees by the Senate on Monday. Professor Utseb, who was among the first batch of nominees screened, generated controversy in the Senate over the age he started elementary school, according to the curriculum vitae which he submitted to the Senate. The professor's year of birth, as indicated, was 1980, while his primary education was completed in 1989. The senator representing Lagos East, Senator Michael Abiru, had drawn the attention of the Senate to the CV, questioning the age at which the professor gained admission into primary school.
I just want clarifications around your biodata. Now, on the very first page, page 1, you said you were born on the 2nd of December 1980. Now, looking further down, you attended St. John's Primary School, Boko. You just wrote 1989. I'm wondering whether you finished primary school in 1989, which will suggest that you either started primary school at the age of 3 or 2 for you to finish in 1989. That's 1. 2, you also claim that you went to SEPA Secondary School. You put 1995. That will also suggest, so I don't know with the band whether it was 1989 to 1995. But what is also what will appear a bit distorted for me, which I also need clarification for, is that given your academic excellence, you know, you graduated in 2004, meaning that, you know, you probably will have spent almost 9 years for your first degree. I just need you to clarify those data. I hope you understand, starting from primary school to why it took you that long to also get your first degree despite the academic brilliance that you have exhibited. Thank you, Mr. President, and my distinguished colleagues. Thank you.
Well, in a move to bury the issue, Senator representing Adamawa North, Ishaku Abu, said the professor is exceptionally brilliant, just like himself, for starting primary school at the age of 3.
Some people don't understand certain things. To clear air of you going into finishing primary school or entering primary school at the age of 3, let me tell you a personal story. I sat for common entrance examination when I was in primary 3, and I won. Because I was exceptionally brilliant, I passed. It's all the same. Winning and passing are all the same. So the question of you entering primary school at the age of 3 did not arise. But when did you finish? And at what level did you start for your common interest exam? You may be like me, exceptionally brilliant. So we have cleared that because you are on national television. I don't want people to go home thinking that your integrity is being called to question. You are a professor in this country and have done exceptionally well for the university to make you a professor.
Well, he won. Winning is the same thing. I mean, this is a lot to deal with. Well, in the same vein, another ministerial nominee, Bello Muhammad's credentials were also scrutinized on Monday. A senator representing Rivers East, Awel Onyeso, sought to know how Muhammad was able to gain admission into the university if his school leaving certificate shows that he only had 2 credits out of the 5 subjects he took.
I've been looking for your school cert. I saw one. You sat for 5 subjects with 2 credits. I don't know how. I want to imagine that you still have another to bring. If not, I would want you to explain how you got into university with that. Thank you.
I have other secondary school results which I have all passed that I have not attached to my CV because we are talking of secondary school certificates. And I want to remind distinguished senator, which I know he very much know, that the qualifications of secondary school certificate as enshrined in the Constitution you can stand for an election up to the presidential election. So I didn't bother you with much certificates, but I know I have the qualification for that. Okay, sir.
You are saying that you chose what to give to the Senate. You chose the qualification to bring before the Senate because of the constitutional provision that a secondary school certificate is what is required to stand for election. You are not coming to stand for election. You are coming to be a minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
What he is asking me is, I sat, my first sitting was secondary school certificate with 2 credit passes. And what I'm trying to say is that I have sat for another examination and I have passed, but I don't want to attach another qualification because
the famous off your mic came up. Dr. Amati, I can't hold myself, so
Okay,
please.
the ministerial nominee from Sokoto State, that's Bello Mohammed. He says he has much.
A lot.
I don't know what that means.
A lot. He did submit the correct one, actually.
Nigeria is a very funny country. Academic qualification is always an issue. Some people complete nursery school in their mother's wombs in this country. You have not had that. By the time they are delivered at the maternity ward, they already have nursery school certificate. So this is Nigeria. So let's leave it to the senators to investigate.
All right.